Hey, greeting traders. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Stock Market Technical Analysis Daily here on Successful Trading. It's currently 9:03 Eastern Time. Let's go ahead and do please, if you don't mind, do a mic check for me. A volume check. I am using the boom mic that we let go several months ago because for the life of me, I could not figure out what was wrong. Our audio was really bad. With last week in this pre-market show, I took the time to listen to some of them. Oh, I really apologize. So I checked this one. I recorded myself over the weekend with this. I made a couple of videos on YouTube. I even got feedback that the quality of the sound was good using this boom mic. So hopefully you guys are there, are able to hear me this morning. And while I wait for that, I will say hello to Miss Marcy, Mr. Don. Good morning from New York, Miss JLo. Uh, the one and only Mr. T. Yes, it's a bank holiday in London, indeed. All right. So let's see. I just have to wait really a minute or so. So if somebody could tell me that you can hear me or you cannot hear me, that would be helpful before we move forward. Okay, there is an echo. All right. Okay, that's that's okay. There's an echo. Um, an echo. Okay, Mr. Chi saying that the sound is good so far. Okay. Let's see. This is exactly the setup that I use. I use to record the video. So and then I checked it. I checked the video obviously before I post. I do check the video. So I recorded using exactly this thing, and I was using this just by myself, but I was recording as if this. So all right. So working now. Okay, excellent. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Okay, very good here. Brand new week. This is the first week of April. We are 2 weeks, yeah, about 2 weeks or two and a half weeks away from earning season. More on that later. So just quickly take a look and hear how the U.S. equity markets are progressing more this morning using the ETFs. First, SPY, QQQ, IWM, and then bringing forth some of the stock that you guys may have that you want to take a look at. So here's SPY on the daily chart of SPY. How will you like that? Well, remember last week we were speculating, analyzing here that hey, the SPY has some potential to move in either direction. Here it is now. All of this strictly above the exponential moving average and trending up. New all-time high, folks. So SPY is trading at 402. We close the melt up on Thursday. Friday was a holiday here. Well, yeah, Good Friday. No, it wasn't. Yeah, kind of the market was closed. That's all we know, right? So in that case, then right now at the new all-time high, where do you think that the stock could be going? Well, higher, come back. All I can tell you here on SPY is that when we first got the first ever time that we got at 300, it took SPY some time. So it definitely vacillated between, let's say, the new high and then coming back below 300. So I will be expecting the same thing here, mainly because there's no room here. The very shortly here, if SPY continue, let's say, where's the upper Bollinger? That's those who have heard us here. Upper Bollinger is a natural resistance. So when the stock is stock like SPY right now printing 40208, the daily upper Bollinger is at 4156. So something will have to give. Yeah, something will have to give. But bottom line is here is that hey, yeah, thus the market is definitely bullish across the board from head to toe. We as trader, we need to be mindful that hey, the market cannot continuously just go up and up, right? So there could be pullback. There is a gap to be filled on here. So definitely for me, expecting to do some scalping of puts. Yes, yeah. Meaning it's okay. We really need to take as many showers as we can when technical settings as such on here. So that's on SPY on there at all-time high. I mean something that yeah. So similarly here, here's QQQ not that long ago. QQQ struggling at 308 of the line. None of that. Yeah. Again, this is the daily chart of QQQ. Look at that huge gap last Thursday. That's remember how we started the day last Thursday. Just that huge gap. That's what's the common trait that we have seen in this market: gaps, overnight gaps, overnight gaps. And there's a strategy to take advantage of this, right? Those swing trades, that's a strategy that for us we teach you here at Successful Trading, if you would like to gain that knowledge. All right, so QQQ, a mirror image of SPY on there. Though notice that QQQ, it still has some room from the previous all-time high that we had here on February the 16th, which was at 338. So QQQ, just like any other stock, yeah, if they really want to have, let's say, a bullish run toward earnings, yes, we could be doing that on here, but doesn't mean that every single day has to be green or something. If we see patterns like this one, stock will gap up and then sell off for that day, and then for the next day just to gap up again to continue the trend. So definitely folks, be mindful of that. Do not be disturbed or perturbed by the fact that, oh geez, on a bullish trend like this one, a market is doing a pullback. That's actually healthy. Yeah, that's something that if you haven't encountered, definitely you need to be mindful of that. So stock do not always post green candle every single day. You can be on an uptrend and have like this day here was February the 3rd, where we gapped on February the 2nd, and then we gap up further, but on that day it could not sustain that momentum. A sell off on that day before resuming the gap. All right, the one definitely that for me I'm keeping an eye on here, IWM, same type of pattern, but it's just that it just recently crossed the moving averages. So it just cleared them over the last 3 days bullishly on here, and we see gazillion after what gazillion. At least I've shown you 4-5 pattern on here of what happens when IWM is bearish and then it recovers on the bullish side. What happens typically, it has happened here, how many times here? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. IWM has gone and on its bullish recovery has gone and post a brand new all-time high. Yeah, so here target price for IWM, I'm not saying that again every single candle going to be green. It could be, but let's just be mindful of that. A target price of 235. The upper Bollinger currently on the daily chart of IWM stand at 236, so that's more than doable, and it's gapping up this morning by a point at 236, 236.92, let's say 237, 227 rather, 227 from a 223.74 open. So that's the setup on here. The market as of now, yeah, the beginning of this week here looks clearly bullish. But again, that doesn't mean that we will not have pullbacks and opportunities to do scalping on the put side. So just be mindful of that. And it doesn't mean every single stock will be trading bullishly. Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's say here, as we approach 9:12 Eastern, 6:12 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, April the 5th, 2021, for this stock market technical analysis daily. If we go to FinViz, yeah, FinViz is the platform that gives us in pre-market and even during the live session, right, a nice, you can set up scanner on there. We have published enough video on this. We even published a video this morning because really in the format of pre-market, and then we showed you other technical indicators that you can use on your own, right? They are there. We made that video. It's on our YouTube channel. We made a video over this weekend on how to go about planning your pre-market analysis and preparing a watch list. So this morning on here, just the standard, we didn't go through the technical stuff and everything else. That's really for people who want to go next level advanced, right? So a basic way here to see, okay, what's moving this morning. Acadia Pharmaceutical is down minus 14%. GME, here's the same GameStop that has just been running this market since, let's say, early January or late January here. Every single day there's a question to know which direction. So GME is starting the week bearishly here, minus almost 10% at $172. Then you have some other stocks on here. I'm not familiar with Creed, ProShare. Yeah, obviously, if QQQ is going up, the ProShare Ultra Short will be going down on here. So that's it on the bearish side. On the bullish side, this is what we have. So congratulations if, let's say, you invested in NanoX Imaging Limited, this healthcare medical device. It's up 58.89%. Yeah, they just start the week on here trading at $68. Here's this chart. Isn't that lovely? That what can you tell me on this chart here very quickly on here? If you notice something, you don't see, there's a pattern on here, almost like the pattern that we have been really showing you recently, right? The stock has put in a bottom. How do we know that? Meaning it has reached a price at which, instead of continuing going down, it has rebounded a little bit. So $40 was about that. So something was bound to happen here in terms of taking a trade. Yeah, that's how you could have found ended up on this stock NNOX, by just from a technical analysis realizing that 40 has been not, but I mean the jump of $20, nah, that's not something that you could have forecasted, right? But congratulations if you had that on there. Other stock that are up this morning, Invitae, almost carbon copy in terms of the technical analysis. Look at this one, 55 bottom, and then it's actually been showing over the last 3 days prior to today upward momentum. So it's up another 9% on here. That's a stock worth considering. We have stock like that that we showcased yesterday for you. This morning Tesla, it's up 7%, trading at 1.7 million shares. The news is the quarterly delivery, just like Neo last. Neo did this. When was this? Neo did this on Thursday. Yeah, so if that's of any indication, will Tesla sell off on here? Tesla, it's exactly at the point where it has been rejected recently. How do we know that? Let me do this. Let me put this a little bit on here. From a technical point of view, Tesla has struggled at this rated price level. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches there where it has either gone sideways or came down. So interesting for us to get involved when a stock is gapping like this. Well, we have a strategy on here how we go about trading that. So our traders inside of our Discord room, they received instruction on how to go about trading Tesla. All right, so those are some of the highlights. I mean, pretty much most of the stock, they are slightly gapping up on here. It doesn't mean anything per se. Do not feel as if, oh, you missed out if a stock is up 1%. 1% is nothing in this market. Yeah, how do we know that? Let me bring you something on here. Hopefully, yeah, this is a bit of analysis for those who, because if you are catching this broadcast, either you're one of our subscribers or you are just somebody on YouTube. I'm going to switch screen here if the software enables us to do so. I want to share with you over the last 3 months, I put together, this is something that we already had, where we put something together from May through, I think, late November of last year, tracking the performance of the successful trade alerts. Yeah, that's what this is on here. So with 2 colors on if let me make this a little bit, okay, so that you guys can see the dates. The date should just be weekly dates. Okay, so January 8, January 15, all the way through April the 2nd. That just passed. What are we looking at? The top line is the number of stock that successful trade alert system is generating each week. The bottom line in orange, the orange line, is the average move per stock each week, meaning that we will take the 16 stocks on there and we look at the range of movement from the day that the alert is released. So the alerts are released, let's say Thursday. So we start tracking that from that Friday to the next Friday. So the move is in absolute value, meaning it's not saying that this doesn't mean that, oh, the stock moved 8%. No, we're software doesn't want me to to show you guys this data. It's already pasted in our Discord. So meaning that I shared this yesterday in our Discord. So, and I've even pinned it so anybody can see it. I want traders to see this to understand the type of system that you're trading. If a stock's going to be moving, the average here over the last 3 months, folks, is 8.5%. Doesn't mean that every stock moved by 8.5%. We have had weeks on here where, let's say, B1 or BA or pins last week will just move, let's say, 15%, 14%. Other stock will move 4%. But in average, the stock that are part of the successful trade alert, they move 8%. If a stock move 8%, I want you today, the takeaway for you today as the beginning of the second quarter here, don't wait for this, because we showed you this between May and the end of the year last year. It's inside of the Discord. They was the same type of statistic. Now this is the last 3 months. So if you're wondering that, oh, how effective are the successful trade alerts, this is the answer to that, because we are trading weekly options, and if a stock move 8%, guess what, folks? You are not, it's 100% is not what you're going to be making on that stock. Those options will be paying way more than that, way more than that. That's not something that I'm tracking, because depend on when each person enters it, but overall we have seen multiple baggers. Yeah, I don't want to be telling you that, oh, an 8% automatically translating into 10 bagger. No. That's not true, because the implied volatility and other factors on that impact the price of the stock. But just know that consistently successful trading trade alerts based on these statistics, we are trading stock that are moving, and for us, we are ready to trade them whichever direction that they are moving. And we have seen here since May of last year. Now this is the last 3 months here, so I'm going to be updating this. It's a nice cadence here for me to be using every 3 months and showcasing this data. You have the data all the way since inception of the successful trade alert last year inside of our Discord. Anybody can do it. You don't need to be a subscriber. It's there is a channel called performance, so I pasted the other one on there. You can see this, and I can even go into detail week by week. This is the data here telling you exactly on this week, for instance, which stock moved the most. So here's the week of, let's say, February the 5th. You have big movers like Snap, Workday, Western Digital, Roku, in both directions, because we track both directions. Last week, for instance, just as a quickly on here before I let you go, last week, for instance, pins moved 15% last week. Yeah, 15%, whereas Baidu moved minus 14%. Western Digital moved 11%. MU moved 12%. So when we do the average of all of those absolute value, we end up with an average move per stock last week of 8.2%. It's important to know which that you are trading, because then that's the idea, is to give you the confidence, folks, that you're not just trading some type of random system on here. This is something we've talked about this. This is a computer generated algorithm that I created in 2017, and this is what has been consistently giving us this type of performance. As I say that, I see that YouTube is saying that we are not receiving enough video to maintain the smooth streaming. So yeah, I mean that's time for us to say that, okay, at least we think we can thank the good people for this broadcast. There's always some type of wahala every morning, that if it's not the sound, it's going to be that the streaming is not quite, so the quality of the streaming is not quite adequate. So at least I will leave you with that. If you have any question, definitely let me know on here. But it's important to know the type of alerts, if you will, that's your training. So thank you, everybody. Let's ease ourselves. I'm gonna give everybody, let's say, 7 to 8 minutes back. Let's ease ourselves into the week. There is no chasing the markets, trust me. The week is long. Opportunities, there will be plenty of opportunities. You can wait for your specific setup. You can decide that, hey, you do not enter a trade until really all the conditions are met that you are looking for. On those conditions, for many of you, either you're familiar with them, or we are currently going through the process of teaching you when to take a trade. There are videos for subscribers. You have videos that give you step by step exactly how to go about either trading the successful trade alerts, which performance I just shared with you, or any type of stock for that matter. Thank you, everybody. Have a great trading session, and we will catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.